In this video, I'll show you my exact workflow that allowed me to one-shot this whole design right here. It consists of a cinematic hero, stunning visuals, 3D designs, as well as a bunch of animations and other branding components. And so I'll be showing you how I did this in less than 10 minutes. So the first thing to do is go on a website you want to clone. So I'm going to go to clay.com. And on Clay, you can see they have a lot of clay morphism going on as their UI style. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my extension called Go Full Page, which is going to take a screenshot of the whole landing page for me. And now that I have a whole screenshot of the landing page, I can just download this. And now that I have it downloaded, I'm going to go to my LLM. I'm going to go to Gemini. Okay, so this is the prompt I've given Gemini. So I basically told it I've attached the Clay landing page. I want you to give me a in-depth PRD for like a SaaS landing page about a product that is basically based on the OpenClaw ecosystem, and it creates marketing agents that do autonomous marketing 24/7, that type of style. And I'm just gonna send it to Gemini, and I'm gonna wait for Gemini to create our prompt. But while Gemini does that, I'm gonna head over to our design tool that we're gonna be using, and that's gonna be Glamour. And while Gemini finishes curating the prompt of the PRD, I'm gonna quickly go ahead and configure our settings. So for this design, I'm gonna be using Gemini 3.1 Pro, and that's because I find Gemini 3.1 Pro actually has like the best capability in generating good UI design. Not to say that GPT or Claude can't. I think that for the token and pricing, I think, and in terms of design output, I think it actually does a way better job compared to GPT or Claude, in my personal opinion. But we're gonna select Gemini 3.1 Pro, and then I'm gonna go for my style guide. I'm gonna use a design.md, and I want it to be really standout clay morphic, but also modern at the same time. So I'm gonna be using Framer's design.md, and then I'm gonna employ task force to make two pages so it becomes a website that's connected. Okay, so Gemini has created the landing page PRD. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and just copy and paste this. So as you can see, it's really in-depth because it's matching exactly every element and component from the Clay landing page that we gave it, and it's giving it some attribution to the actual design we want to create. And so now we're going to just go ahead and generate it. Now we're in the planning phase, and so what's gonna happen here is Glamour is gonna ask us 1 to 3 questions. It depends on the prompt. Obviously, it's not gonna ask too much because of how big it is, but it's gonna ask us the questions about how we want it to be. And so, since you're aiming to match the illustration style of Clay, how do we want to show it? We want to make realistic SaaS UI, stylize and provide UI to match illustrations, abstract. I'm actually gonna skip this and let the model decide for itself. And then we already have typography because it's detected in our prompt, and then same with our color palette. So I'm going to let the whole model decide. The only thing what we're going to do is make it cinematic, and how we're going to do this is we're going to use Glamour's hero visuals. So for our modern landing page that is about marketing, we want it to be really clean. So in Clay's thing, they have their own, clay morphism to the max going on, and then this really cool footer. We want something that resembles our own on that type of level. And so I think that we could, do any of these honestly. And I think video is really how you make it more cinematic, where it's more animated of the image it shows. And so there's a lot of options to choose from. And so I think we can use, maybe this one, even the C. I think I'm going to use one that conveys the most branding, and I really like this artisan right here. So I'm just going to use this. Okay guys, as you can see, it's finally made the design, and as you can see, it's using the cinematic hero really nicely. We have this bouncing hover effect over here. We actually have company logos. So we have Stripe for Cell Notion, Linear, and Slack. And you have case studies. Then you have more animations and stuff. Then you have even more animations. A bit of testimonials. Even more animations of like how the workflow looks like. You can build your first agent. It then shows you how it works. Connect your stuff. Another testimonial with like ChatGPT. And then we have another like kind of CTA kind of block where you have the OpenClaw like that. So a lot of animations. all the compliances, more testimonials, final CTA. Then we have this cool little like inspiration that it took off of clay, and it made like a little background, and then we have the footer. So as you can see, like I think it did really good. You can modernize it a bit more, but just one-shotting this with the prompt is insane. I think the amount of animations it's added looks really clean. There's like so many animations, so many visuals everywhere. It pulls actual company logos as well, and like you even have like this thing right here. Yeah, you just have a lot of animations pulling up. So yeah, I think it's really good. I think it looks like really good. Definitely like a really good starting point, and that's a workflow you can use to one shot insane looking websites in under 10 minutes.